Hey, what's up guys, how is it going? Welcome back to Metatone TV. Welcome back to another brand new reaction video on this channel. So in this video, what we're going to be watching and what I'm going to be reacting to is 10 things that the WWE wants us to forget about Seth Rollins. So without further ado, let's jump right into this video, see what these big secrets are that the WWE is trying to hide. So let's do this.
Ha ha ha! It's the worst laugh on planet Earth. Ha 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 ha! The sound of it just shreds your soul. If an antichrist is ever born, you can bet serious money that the devil impregnated its mother to the sound of Seth Rollins' laugh. Gosh, this got dark quickly. Anyway, the architect of the Shield is one of the top stars in WWE right now. He was the #1 draft pick during the brand extension, is a 2-time WWE champ, and still has his best years ahead of him, which is good because some of the years behind him are a bit tricky. I'm Adam from WhatCulture.com, and here are ha ha ha! Oh god, it's like the snickering of a hellspawn. And here are 10 things WWE want you to forget about Seth Rollins. Number 10, ever using the curb stomp. Maybe if you don't want to draw attention to the fact that one of your top stars' finishing moves resembles a curb stomp, maybe don't call it the curb stomp. That being said, even when it was called the blackout, the move was going to be a problem. Kids do these moves on each other, and that's just a fact. We all knew a kid with a trampoline when we were little, and we all did choke slams and rock bottoms. As dangerous as those were, that ain't nothing to the possibility of kiddywinks stamping full on each other's heads. WWE banned the move and has even gone as far as to edit it out of all of Seth's past glories, including using it to win his first WWE Championship. Number 9, CM Punk's stable. Gosh, the Shield looks silly when they first debuted. When you think of the Shield, you think of SWAT team outfits. Hey, cool. The wet hair. Hey, cool, sort of. But they debuted in turtlenecks. Laugh out loud. I mean, they look like an easy listening band. The Ring Boys with their new album, Believe That. Anyway, enough of that. The thing that WWE really wanted you to forget about the Shield's early days was that it was basically CM Punk's idea. He wanted this team of mercenaries brought in to be his wet-haired henchmen, with his proposed lineup being Seth, Dean, and Chris Hero. They went with Roman, and soon enough the Shield became their own thing quite quickly, and Punk became persona non grata. So WWE would probably like you to forget that the best stable of the last decade was the initial brainchild of a man they fired on his wedding day. Number 8, they almost ruined them. So we've talked about the turtlenecks, right? They were fairly dog shit, but the Shield managed to survive them. However, WWE creative very nearly torpedoed the entire enterprise in one move. Seth Rollins went on Chris Jericho's podcast and told the story of turning up to Survivor Series and being given, first of all, the turtlenecks, that is very important, and then plastic clubs and riot shields with the word SHIELD written on them. Ha ha ha, here you go boys, good f***ing luck. Imagine if they had turned up and actually tried to be adorable little policemen. They would have been laughed out of the building. Ha ha, oh god no. Number 7, Tyler Black. Nakamura, Aries, Rude, Samoa Joe were living in a new age for WWE, bringing superstars from other promotions and actually letting them keep their old names. Seth Rollins, like Dean Ambrose, came into the company before that shift in policy, which is why if you're strictly a WWE fan, you've never heard of Tyler Black. This is a shame because Black, during his time with Ring of Honor from 2007 to 2010, put on some spectacular matches. Check out some of his fights with Austin Aries, who gets to keep his name apparently, Nigel McGuinness, Bryan Danielson, whoever he is, and Davey Richards. They're very, very special, and it's a shame that according to WWE canon, Tyler Black died 6 years ago in a freak boating accident. Number 6, almost getting fired. Another time that Tyler Black got his older brother Seth in trouble. In ROH, Rollins proved he was potentially one of the best wrestlers of his generation. You see, holding the Ring of Honor World Championship for over 200 days can do that. By Seth's own admission, that track record gave him something of a bad attitude, Baracus being stuck in developmental for a few years. In an interview with WWE.com, he says, "I'd already had a set way of doing things. I know what works for me. Having to adjust that to fit what was asked of me was very difficult for me. It felt like I was selling out. I literally almost lost my job." Thankfully, Triple H was a huge ally of Rollins, or WWE could have fired someone who may very well become the next Shawn Michaels. Number 5, beef with Terry Taylor. Terry Taylor is one of Triple H's super good friends, and it's nice to be super good friends with Triple H. You know, like I am, I assume. Taylor and Trips formed a bond back in the early 90s when 3H's was mentored by Taylor at WCW's Power Plant, which is why it makes sense that in 2012, Taylor was chosen to act as trainer in WWE's developmental facility, Triple H's baby. Turns out, however, there was infighting in Triple H's family. His son, Seth, did not get on with his new uncle, Terry. The two had quite major beef, in fact. Major Beef would be a good wrestler's name. Sam, please Photoshop a character called Major Beef. I will wait. Delicious. Taylor wanted to help Rollins understand the WWE style, but Seth was adamant that he'd be allowed to retain his own. Taylor identified Rollins as a problem and actually reported him to WWE management. That's how bad the heat was between student and teacher. Number 4, not shaking hands. More heat now, it never ends. People just seem to have a problem with Seth. I'm fairly sure it's his laugh. Also, his lack of handshaking. I'll explain. See, the wrestling industry is built on respect, knowing your place within your promotion and showing proper deference to the veterans in the locker room. Part of that is when you bump into another talent backstage, you offer out your hand. It's just a done thing. In the summer of 2013, after enjoying a prime run of beating everyone put in front of them, the Shield slipped down the totem pole a touch, with Rollins and Reigns fighting the Usos on the Money in the Bank pre-show. The reason for the temporary demotion was that the Architect and the Big Dog had been naughty boys. Reigns had publicly argued with Randy Orton in the locker room, and Rollins had been, that's right, not shaking hands. Apparently it was the Big Show that Rollins had neglected to offer his mitt, and despite that being quite petty, so important are the traditions of the wrestling industry, and many thought Seth had ideas above his station. Number 3, the running powerbomb. Time to stop doing this, probably. Seth Rollins has put 2 men on the shelf with his running powerbomb, also sometimes called a buckle bomb. So far, neither of those men has returned. Sting took one at Night of Champions last year, injured his neck and may never step into the ring again. Finn Balor took one to the guardrail at SummerSlam, dislocated his shoulder and tore his labrum. Now, this is not to blame Rollins at all. Accidents happen, and it's worth remembering the hundreds of injury-free buckle bombs he's done over the past few years. But when 2 very high-profile injuries occur from the exact same move, that's something to try and sweep under the ring. Number 2, his ex. Guilt by association here, and again, this is the part of the list that I really don't enjoy, but then again, it's got something to do with the Nazis, so I can't really miss it off the list. Zara Schreiber was Seth Rollins' other half until earlier this year, and she caused Seth something of a public relations poo storm in 2015. The most severe incident got her released from WWE, and as we covered in a previous video, people looked deep into Zara's social media and unearthed pictures that she'd uploaded years ago, 2 of which featured images with swastikas. One of them was a pony. Aw, little nationalist horsey. Now, the swastika is what's referred to in the marketing industry as a dead brand, and not something to be too closely associated with, despite Schreiber claiming strenuously that she wasn't an anti-Semite. The other scandal involving Zara, that was a bit more of Seth's fault. And number 1, the dick pic. In my adult lifetime, I have seen 2 separate pictures of Seth Rollins' erect penis, #blessed. So about a month before WrestleMania 31, Seth accidentally sent out a new picture of Zara Schreiber from his Twitter and Instagram accounts. His fiancée, who was not Zara Schreiber, then in an act of vengeance that measures on the Richter scale, leaked pictures of Seth Rollins' little architect. That is a mic drop right there. And yeah, I think it's reasonable that WWE would like you to forget about what Seth Rollins' chap looks like. Thing is, you never will. You never will. Ha ha ha.
You gotta love the laugh that he's imitating there. But anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching this video. Be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe. Until next time, peace be with you, peace be with the world. I'll see you guys with a brand new video very soon. Thank you for watching.